one of the major issues every SMC trader faces is knowing which supply or demand zone is likely to hold. If you are to look at your chart, you'll be able to spot numerous demand and supply zone. You can just keep marking them. You can keep marking as many as you want, but your ability to spot which one is going to hold is the key to your profitability. Now, this is a problem that most of my students have faced, and many people have sent me a DM. So I decided to go and backtest this and come up with a couple of checklists that makes a zone high probability. So I'm going to be giving you guys this checklist. So you guys know I don't come out here and give you guys based on what's online or based on the institutional bullshit. I don't do like that. I go out and backtest and come up with statistical data. So these are the checklists that I usually look for when trying to spot the high probability of, zones. So I'm going to give you guys the best criteria for the best zone. So this is the best zone have these criteria. One, you want to see price sweeping liquidity. This you want to see price forming this doing this before the zone forms. You want to see it sweeping liquidity, then breaking structure, then having some, you want to see that it have some kind of structural liquidity that is close to that zone. This is the zone here, and you want to see it actually breaking that break structure. Then at this point, you can now expect price this zone to hold. And you also want to see that this zone is actually sitting on a key level. So this is a criteria. I hope you guys understand it. Don't worry, I'll explain it with all these examples here. So let's come again. You want to see price sweeping liquidity, tapping into a key level, then breaking structure. It is a clear break of structure. I hope you guys know how to read market structure, but don't worry, I'll explain all these things. You want to see it and it has a clear break of structure, and you want to make sure that the zone is actually the last candle before the move. Because in this case now you might be looking at this one and be seeing this one, you might be expecting this one zone, but this is not the origin of the move. The origin is this one of this actual move. So what are the criteria? One, you want to see a clear liquidity sweep, a break of structure, a clear break of structure. You want to see some form of structural liquidity that is close to that zone. The structural liquidity, one, it should be close to that zone, and it shouldn't be a single wick. It should be relative equal highs and lows. Then you can now take the zone. So what is the criteria once more? Liquidity sweep, clear break of structure, structural liquidity, and the zone is actually sitting on a key level, and it is in line with the order flow. If it's not in line with the order flow, it will still work, but it reduces the probability. So this is the 5 checklist for the best zone. But you're not going to always get this whole criteria checked. If anyone is missing, just know that it reduces the probability of the zone holding. Now let's go and look at this zone and see which zones are the best one to trade from. Starting with this supply zone. First, what are we looking for? A liquidity sweep. Do you actually sweep liquidity? Yes, of course, it swept liquidity. It swept liquidity, right? So now, did it break structure? This is where the actual structure is. Did it break structure? It actually breaks the structure, but this is not the main structure. If you guys are having issues with market structure, I suggest you watch the video I have on market structure. As you can see here, this is higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher high, and this is the low it should break. So this is a lower time frame break. It's not clear. So it didn't actually break a clear structure. That was one red flag. The next thing, did it have structural liquidity? No, it only have a single wick. I don't like this one. I don't like single wick. And next, what do we have here? Did it tap into a high time frame key level before it was formed? Is there some kind of key level here? If you have to go back and see there's no key level here. So this zone just have many criteria that are not checked. So these are type of zone I will not take it. By the way, if there are many criteria that are checked but some are not checked, I'll look for a lower time frame confirmation entry. And let's look at this second zone. This zone has actually failed. And let's look at why it failed. One, did it have liquidity sweep? No, it didn't have a liquidity sweep. Two, did it break structure? It actually break a structure, right? But now look at the main structure it formed. Is this the actual structure? So this is the main market structure. You can see it formed higher high, higher high, then higher low, then higher highs, then higher low. Then you can see that this one, then higher highs. Then you can see that this zone is actually inside this one zone. So this one is usually structural liquidity, is another block inside this zone, so it's low probability. So already with this one, you can see that it didn't break structure and it went to some kind of key level. It trade to a key level before it from yes it trade to it, but still many criteria are not meet. So I'm going to negate this zone because one of the major criteria I want to look for to make sure it breaks structure. That's the major one, and which is it didn't do. It is actually inside this leg, although it has structural ability and the rest of them, but it's inside this leg. So then on the next zone, let's try to validate this zone. One, do we have structural liquidity? Yes, we have a structural liquidity. Two, did this break structure? You mark out your market structure so you can know whether it's actually break. Because there are many break of structure here. And I say, yeah, this is actually break structure. Maybe this you might call this your break of structure. No, this is not the main break. You want to mark it out. So this is the real market structure. So now, as you can see, did this zone break structure? The answer is yes. So two criteria I've checked. One is swap liquidity. Two is break structure. Three, there's a structural liquidity. Although this is weak, I don't really like it. But for the fact that this week is very close to this key level and there's favorable gap, I might just decide to take it. But I really want to see some kind of relative equal highs. Let this thing be huge. Let there be some form of rejections there. So that's it. So now let's try to. So this zone, we say that this zone is okay, right? So now the next zone, which is this one, is this zone okay? Number one, this swept liquidity. No, that's a red flag, but that's completely fine. Two, this break structure. Yes, this way it break the structure. Three, did it tap into a higher time frame key level? Yes, this higher time frame key level that is sitting on this zone is sitting on this higher time frame key level. You can decide to draw it all the way down here. It's actually sitting there. If you go to the daily time frame, okay, this is the daily time frame. If you go to the weekly time frame, you can see that this is another plug that this is tap into. Next, did it have structural liquidity? Yes, this is a clear structural liquidity at this place. So this zone is valid. And the question we'll be asking is that if this one zone is valid and this one zone is valid, it's not possible. One of it cannot be valid, and that's wrong. Two of them can be valid. What can happen here is that price can actually show a little bit of reaction from this one zone and trade to maybe premium of this place, then tap into this one and expand higher. So it still gives you a trading opportunity. If you are trading from this place, you can actually take a trade and close your profit at this and then take another second trade for this one. So this one actually meets the criteria. And let's try to okay, let's just clear the chart as we are moving forward. So next thing we are looking at is this one zone. This one zone, did it break structure? Yes. Did it have a structural liquidity? Yes. Is it swept liquidity? Yes. Every criteria meet. So this zone is actually good. But something you want to take note of, this is actually far from price. So trying to set a limit order from this place is actually scary. And you want to be cautious about it. Honestly, I will look for lower time frame entry model, something like this, to enter on this zone. Before I take this zone, I want to go and set limit order here. It's catching for the knife. Now this one, what do we have here? We have this zone, no structural liquidity, it's not close to it. So this one is one, it's 12 liquidity, two, it breaks structure. Now the structural liquidity is not close to it, and it's actually weak. Okay, it's not actually weak, it's actually relative equal lows, but it's not close to this zone. So I'm not going to take this zone. Now the next one we have here is still not close to this one zone, and it's far from the where price is trading. So all these ones at extreme, I'll actually wait for lower time frame confirmation. So that's how to spot your zones, your the best demand zone. If you don't understand it, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to make it more detailed. I actually started the challenge with my private group, and the goal is to accumulate 100k in Profem capital before the end of 2025. So we actually started the challenge on August. Now we have been able to pass the first 5k challenge, and we this is actually a post I made on October 13th. So this is an old one. It's actually November. Today is November 6th. So we have passed the first 5k, pass the second 5k, use the money and buy a 25k profit, and that's what we are actually trading currently. Now if you go down, you can see that I actually tweeted about it. Yeah, we are trading this account now, 25K. So the goal is to start with the smallest profit and scale up all the way to $1 million in profit capital. But 100K is a realistic target for this year. So this is the way I teach. I don't come out here and be teaching you guys a couple of concepts, strategies. I don't do like that. You guys are going to follow me and take the challenges I'm taking. I always run challenges. That's what I'm doing. That's the best way to teach students. So we are going to be running challenges and you'll be taking it. And as you are taking the challenges, you're going to be understanding how we generate the setup. And that's the best way to learn. You learn the fastest by executing. So that's the best way to learn. That's what I'm doing. And not only that, you're going to get in my unique model. You guys know I don't trade SMC, right? You can see the kind of trade I'm calling 10-hour trade. These trades are 10-hour trade. If you actually search, you can see this is a unique strategy, 10-hour, 10-hour. And all these things was posted in this Telegram channel. You can go and check it out. So these things are 10-hour setup. This is a 10-hour setup I call. You can see it here. And many more, many more. This is a unique strategy for XPS 500 and gold. So you're also going to get it and you're going to partake on the challenge. So if that's something like you're interested in, do where to hit me up and I will verify you. If you're a good fit, then I'll give you a feedback. Right, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. And if you like it, smash the like button, do all the whole YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.